Parliament for Tolong in the Northern Region, Honorable Habib Idrisu. You're welcome to Eyewitness News, sir.
Thank you.
Why did you whip your MPs out of the chamber instead of whipping them into the chamber, as majority side should always be doing?
In fact, it's not necessarily saying that we whip them out of the chamber. There was some kind of disagreement in the chamber at the time that the speaker was saying that they will be calling members' names and then they will now be responding. So we thought that it was not right because the challenge on the decision of the speaker was that we should go into a head count. For people's names to be mentioned, then that means that you have to be in a division. But the person who challenged did not say that we are going into a division, but rather said it was a head count. So we thought it was not proper. But what is very clear and emphatic is that the 2024 budget and economic statement of the government of Ghana has been approved by Parliament today. So the budget stand approved, and the disagreement on terms of walkout was just had to do with procedure on challenging the ruling of the speaker. So the budget is approved, and that is not in contention.
So if the budget was approved, why did you walk out?
I have already explained to you.
But my point is that, so what was the point of the walking out? Because the walking out came after the speaker asked for a head count. If the speaker asked for a head count and you had a difficulty, you could have stayed and debated that, but you walked out. So how do you resolve that issue now?
The speaker didn't call for the head count. It was the deputy minority leader, Kofi Amabua, who called for the head count. And then the speaker then said that if it is going to be done, then they were going to be mentioning members' names, and then they will stand up. And that only happens when there is division. That is when you will be able to mention members' names. But when you say a head count, then you need to use the marshal or the clerk at table to count the number on this side and count the number on this side. That was the disagreement we had. And we said that even the one who was challenging the ruling of the speaker never called for division, but rather called for head count. And for that matter, we were leaving. Our decision was that where the budget statement was, the debate was concluded, the speaker put the question, and when he put the question, the decision after the question was that the ayes have it and the budget is approved, and then there was a challenge. So what is in contention is the challenge on the ruling, but the ruling of the speaker stands until otherwise that there is a counter decision to annul the decision, and that's what they seek to do, but that was not successful. So what is binding on the House is that the budget statement has been approved.
If the speaker really believed that the budget was approved and the speaker presides over the House, he wouldn't have asked for names to be called, would he?
That's what I said, Sandra. The procedure is that at the conclusion of debate, the speaker put a question. And when he put the question, the ayes had to respond, the noes have to respond. And the speaker said that, I think the ayes have it, and the budget and economic statement have been approved. Then they challenge him. Because it's a voice vote, they have to also challenge to say that we think the decision the speaker has taken is not right. So that was when he now said, because when it is challenged, it's the decision of the House. The speaker cannot say that our decision is this, and for that matter, if I am challenged, I won't listen to them. But what is very important is that the challenge was done, and he called for a head count. But what Speaker asked us to do was actually in a division, and we are very certain that we don't want to be part of a division. The burden of proof or challenging lies in the minority. What we know and is certain is that we had our numbers, the voice vote favored us, and for that matter, the budget has been approved.
Very well. Please stay on the line, and I crave your indulgence if you could be on. I have your colleague at the other side of the aisle, who is also Deputy Whip, except that he's from the minority side on the line. Let me just go to him. Honorable Banda Member of Parliament, Ahmed Ibrahim. Can you hear me, sir? Honorable Ibrahim, good evening.
Yeah,
Great. Your colleague on the other side says that as of the time they walked out, the speaker had said that the budget has been approved and that suffices and that holds. And so the budget, and I've heard the finance minister say that based on what he witnessed in the chamber, that budget has effectively been passed. You called a press conference, at which press conference you were shouting that the budget has not been approved. The majority side insists that that's a moot point.
To begin, let me say a very good evening to your cherished listeners. As a matter of fact, Parliament is a house of rules and procedure. And the interpretation of the rules and procedures in Parliament, according to Order 5, are interpreted by the Speaker of Parliament. And the Speaker of Parliament was the one who exercised his duties in Parliament today by calling for a vote on the budget. The vote, according to the Speaker, he thought the opinion of the Speaker, he thought the ayes have it. According to Order 113.2, it says that the opinion of the Speaker could be challenged. And when the opinion of the Speaker is challenged, he must call for a hair count before he gives the declaration. So as I speak to you, the voice vote had not been declared. And the results of the vote had not been declared. So the Speaker, the opinion of the Speaker, according to him, had been challenged. And therefore, he was going to call for a head count. Our brothers on the majority side, sensing that they were going to lose by the head count, walked out. But, my brother, let me ask you a simple question. If you say that you have the numbers, you won the vote, and they say that let's confirm as to whether you won the vote or not, you say you will not come for the confirmation. If you had the numbers, why did you walk out? If you are the majority, why did you walk out? If you are leading government business and on such an important occasion of the major government financial policy, how can you walk out?
Because they said that what the Speaker was going to do was alien to your rules, and they didn't want to be party to that.
I've quoted the order to you. Go to Order 113.2. What does it say? The Speaker was not doing anything new. What is alien that the Speaker was going to do, and because of that they walk out? They should tell us. And how can you work out on your own budget? Are they serious at all? You have brought government financial and economic policy, the most important exercise of Parliament for the year. Then you walk out. Then what are you in Parliament for? We must take the people of Ghana seriously. And Parliament is not for joke. And it's not a entertainment center. We are exercising our power of the purse, and that's the power of oversight. And that is why Ghanaians pay us. So why do you run away and leave it? And you think we are joking there? No. Order 113.2 is clear. It says that a member may call for a hair count. We call for a hair count and you run away. And if you know you have the numbers, why will you run away?
But you see, head count is what you call division. And I've heard the majority and his deputy leader saying that it was only... Hold on about it. That it was a speaker rather who introduced the whole division procedure. Your side and your senior or your leader, deputy leader, did not ask for division. So why did the speakership ask for division then?
Division means you count out and they will mention your name and you enter to be counted. That is not what the Speaker was going to do. If you read Order 113.2, he says a member may call for a head count or division. So head count and division are not the same. If the opinion of Mr. Speaker in the voice vote is challenged, and that is what the deputy minority leader did. So they should read the standing orders well. Division is different from a hair count. You know what? Do you remember the day somebody came to the house to be counted as Adwoa Safo?
No, I remember the day Adwoa Safo came and was counted as Adwoa Safo.
Okay. No matter what, you know there's still a doubt as to whether it was Adwoa Safo or not Adwoa Safo.
I don't have reason to have a doubt unless you have any evidence to the contrary. It holds as Adwoa Safo.
Evidence, there is still a doubt, and that evidence has not been cleared.
Good, and it just remains a doubt, but it's pointless doubt. Exactly. So let's proceed.
It still remains a doubt. As I speak to you, and you remember the day we were going to do a hair count, and the Speaker said the finance minister should go out, and that also made our brothers from the majority side walk out. Do you remember?
Yes, proceed.
Exactly. So today the finance minister was seated there. Ministers who are not members of Parliament were seated there. Then the Speaker, and there were some deputy ministers who were not members of Parliament. It was on that note that I rose on my feet and mentioned the members on the majority side who were absent in the chamber.
So your point is that based on this precedent, what happened today was not division and just a head count.
It was a head count, and the speaker said, "Turn out to be counted."
Okay.
When they mention your name, they mark you. So in that case, nobody could have impersonated any other person.
All right. Now, the majority leader has said that the speaker appears to be in bed with the minority. He did not use.
And the minority
let me just put a question through.
No.
Let me put Honorable Ahmed Ibrahim. Let me just land with my question, then you can respond. He did not say it in so many words, but he inferred that the speaker was buying time for you, the minority, because some of your colleagues were absent. He goes ahead to list about 4 or 5 of them whom he said were absent. He says the speaker spent 30 minutes in the chamber simply trying to buy time for you. How do you respond to that? And that it appears he was playing the game with you, and they couldn't be part of that.
I, on the floor of Parliament, challenged the majority and pleaded with the speaker to go ahead with the head count. And I made it categorically clear that the majority side, led by Honorable Afenyo Maken, were buying time, waiting for the other colleagues to come. So I said it on the floor. And what was said on the floor is what is supposed to be fact. The majority was the one the majority were those who were buying time. And I stated it on the floor. You can go to the answer.
Honorable Habib, you are off air, so kindly allow Ahmed Ibrahim to land. I'll come to you, sir.
Go to Parliament, ask for the videos and audios, and ask for the contribution of Honorable Ahmed Ibrahim. I stated it clear that Mr. Speaker should go ahead with the head count, and I appointed the deputy majority, Honorable Afenyo Maken, that he was doing that in buying time. And I pointed to the majority that if they knew they had the number, they should let us go with the head count. This was my contribution.
The 4 or 5 MPs that were mentioned as being absent, can you say to me tonight that they were not absent?
Who and who?
I think Dr. Zaneto Ajiman-Rawlings, MP for Korle-Klottey, was mentioned. I think the Honorable Mahama Ayariga Boku Central MP was mentioned. I don't recall the other 3 that were mentioned. But were these people in the chamber? You are the whip.
As a whip, I can say on authority that the Honorable Canada Japan was absent.
No, not from the MP. No, from the MPP side. Can you confirm that these 2 MPs from your side? Honorable Ahmed Ibrahim.
The Honorable John Kuma was absent. I can say on authority that 3 of their members confirmed were absent.
And on authority, how many of your side were absent?
On our side, it is 2 Honorable Zaneto Ajiman-Rawlings, Honorable Mahama Ayariga, and Honorable Kwesi were the only 3 who were not there. And we knew still we were more than them. So we said, let's go and vote.
No.
So why did they run away?
How many of theirs were absent? 3?
About 5 of their members were not there.
You listed 3 names.
No, we were. I can count now. I can count up, but we know that 5 of their members were not there. As giving you those I stated on the floor.
And 3 of yours were absent. Very well. Okay, thank you.
I stated to the speaker that Mr. Speaker, I can see the Honorable Canada Japan is not here.
All right.
The Honorable Mr. Bobby is not here. The Honorable John Kuma is not here. I stated it on the floor of Parliament.
Very well. Thank you so much.
I didn't.
That's fine.
So knowing very well, but if you have the number and they say, heck, why will you run away?
Very well.
Simple logic.
Thank you for speaking to us. That's Honorable Ahmed Ibrahim. He's MP for Banda and also Deputy Minority Whip in Parliament. Let me conclude with his colleague on the other side, who is MP for Tolong and Deputy Majority Whip. Honorable Habib Idrisu. So the view now is that this budget, according to the minority, has not been approved. You hold the view it is approved. What happens tomorrow? You are in leadership.
But I said that the issue of this by 2024 budget is settled. It has been approved. The question is that if they are saying that it has not been approved, what decision of the speaker did they challenge? What decision? The decision that the budget has been approved.
So if something is challenged, does that not remain? Is that not what currently that it has been challenged?
But you see, when a decision is taken and you challenge the decision, unless otherwise there's another decision to overturn the previous decision, then that means that the initial decision stands. The decision that the budget has been approved was what they tried to challenge, and it has not been successful because the head count was not done. Because it's, as Ahmed said, he's an experienced deputy whip. When they call for head count, it means that you have to be counted. And division means that your names are to be mentioned. And then the other thing is that when he admitted that Dr. Zenetorolis was not there, Question of Asimnov was not there, Mama Ayerga was not there, they are out of the country. That's 3. And we all know on public record that they are 137. 137 minus 3 is what? 134. And on our side, we are 138. So if you say Mavis Nkansabodi is not there, if you say that Kennedy Ajapon is not there, and if you say John Kuma is not there, it means that we are 135. So the idea of the budget when we are going to vote or not. But at the time we were taking the decision, Ajekum was still in Kumasi. You can make your cross-check. He was still in Kumasi trying to board a flight to come to Accra. At the time we were taking the decision, Tewia was not in the chamber. He was out of the chamber when they were looking for him. So the most important thing is that even their deputy whip have agreed, let's work with his number that 3 of their people were not there. 3 of our people were not there. We are 138, they are 137. 138 minus 3 is 135. 137 minus 3 is 134. So definitely there was no way they are going to approve the budget. So
and that's why he said that if you knew you had the numbers, why did you run away?
But that's what I'm saying. He can never say that. I told you that the speaker cannot say that someone has called for a head count and he said he's going to be mentioning your name and you get up and do. That's a different procedure.
Right,
it only happens when there is a division.
Let's leave it here. Thank you so much for speaking to us. Honorable Habib Idris, who is Tolong MP and Deputy Majority Whip. This is Eyewitness News on 97.